Hey there, I'm Steve, and welcome to Gemsen Entertainment. And welcome to the conversation. Just before I get started, there are many ways you can help. You can like and subscribe so you never miss a conversation. But most importantly, please share this video. Get the word out there as a community. We can talk about all the things that we love. Today on Throwback Thursday, we're looking at Mad Max, starring Mel Gibson, Joanne Samuel, Hugh Keys-Byrne, Steve Bisley, Tim Burns, Roger Ward, and Sheila Florence. Civilization is still kinda normal. Everyone still has their own homes, their jobs, places to go out and eat, places to go and spend time with their family. I think my theory is correct that George Miller wrote this initially about gas shortage or gas crisis because of the time that this came out. At least in this movie, there are two factions. You have the MFP, which I'm not entirely sure what MF stands for, but it's the police trying to keep law and order. And then you have Toe Cutter and his gang that are simply out to make chaos. And as I mentioned in post, in my last review, George Miller likes recasting actors in different roles. Toe Cutter is Immortan Joe in Fury Road. Max has a relatively normal life. He's the best officer on the force. The movie opens up with a car chase. There's a character named Knight Rider, and I'm presuming his girlfriend or wife. They're fleeing from the police because Knight Rider just killed a police officer. And this entire time, Max is off in the distance from this chase, listening in on everything, probably gauging what he's going to do when his time is up to engage in this chase. And they kind of keep a mystery to Max, which, I mean, I mentioned Mel Gibson is Max. But this came out in 79 when he was still relatively unknown to my knowledge, and so the whole having a mystery of who Max is in the beginning makes sense for when it came out. Turns out, after Knight Rider is dealt with, he is part of Toe Cutter's gang. Toe Cutter wants revenge. So he sends one of his henchmen, Johnny, after one of Max's friends, Goose. And as I was watching this, I was like, is Top Gun just the American version of Mad Max? Okay, they're nowhere close to the same movie, but the storyline for both of them, at least as far as the friends go, more or less the exact same thing. Goose dies in Top Gun, and Goose dies in Mad Max. And because of his friend's death, he starts to go mad, and he recognizes this. He actually goes to his chief, or captain, I'm not sure which one he is. Credits don't say. And he hands in his resignation. Apparently this isn't the first time, but Max is self-aware that he's actually starting to enjoy chasing down these criminals and ditching out his own form of justice. So much so, he fears he is becoming like them. But his superior officer says, take a few weeks off, come back. If you still want to leave the force, by all means. But if you want to stay, you can stay. He goes on vacation with his family, and the car has a malfunction, and he's fixing that at this farm. While Max is working on the car, his wife goes down to the beach. They do have a son. He's like 1 year old or something like that, and you only see him a few times. She goes by herself, maybe because May, the property owner, is watching the baby. I don't know. That's just one weird thing I found in this movie. Other than that, Toe Cutter has his right eyebrows completely shaved off, but his left eyebrow's fine. One quick thing that's really cool about the car they're driving, other than it looks kind of cool, it looks like a miniature camper or something like that. There's a really cool window decal. I just liked seeing it every time it came on screen. On Jesse's way back to the property, she starts hearing weird noises in the woods. She makes it back, Max goes to investigate, but the gang's already there and she flees. Long story short, Mad Max is born. So I was wondering, when I started watching this movie, this is my second time seeing this, if the just visual storytelling with more natural sounding dialogue, there's no exposition in this whatsoever, was something that George Miller started in Fury Road and continued in Furiosa. It all started with Mad Max. George Miller was a master even then. You figure out this world by simply watching what's going on and paying attention to the characters. I absolutely love it. And even all the way back then, Mel Gibson was acting his butt off in this movie. He had to do so much with so little, and it just absolutely works. And I don't know if this is what got Mel Gibson hooked on revenge stories because he has a history of them. For this being a low-budget film, they pull off quite a few incredible stunts. It's quite amazing to watch this, and this is a great start to the universe of Mad Max. I'm looking forward to the other two. I've seen both of them once as well. I do remember enjoying them, so I can't wait to get to them. Those are my thoughts on Mad Max. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and live your imagination.